nobody under the sun can handle the venom of security operatives. They are deadly. Fidel Castro, ojine dwaye dware, yetimi twanimfoni na president muya. The court da bonten. Abodan for pet ne hu se Mahama nyehwe. Sa wo modam na wadwen ye adwuma, wo ye nyansafo, wo njimi, wo be hu se Mahama ye ade. 7th January. Na ma kyerɛw nkwasi asɛm akɔso amambo wem. Na ye the pressure guru so mo apam nkrofo e wo sa amambo yim. Se Mahama entimi enkodwi asase no so a, wa hwɛ onwi mfie nan.
Mo amommo keka se Captain Smart Koto no award no munyai. Wa chiro ntizis na wenya no award munyai sa asɛm na mo kan. Captain Smart say coup ebesi in 2026 in African countries. Yes. Coup betisi pa and waka. But I say bi obi a waboda man obi a na dwen obi a wonwe ana wosusu se Mahama bai wonye hwe. Enti wo a wo gidi se Mahama bai wonye hwe de aye wonye hwe no. Onye seke ni woye. Asemo but ensema wakeka de bebre. Mahama o se asase bi se Mahama anye ntema kodua asase no so wanhwa Mahama wontimi ntwa no 4 years niwe ni nyina sojafo sa sojafo sori a there's no way obia o asase so betimi so ma no chema wontumi nso case no yes chema wontumi case so court adwade o fire fan no so asema captain aka ne modu but we dey nyabotre na tie no.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
You see, David Amikasa on her, every human being a door. You need to have a very decorous understanding of how you open that door and a futuristic picture of how you shut that door. I had a biami who said, and the appear could be coach na court na odi mumu to me no. That's sama ya na me who say nipa oho. You nipa papa was asasi because bia sanka ye me a na me yan the appear could be a. Ka won't me mean directly. Come here, lawyer, and come can be a gumi at Natum. Because time I before Sassi Kakogu Papa will constituencies on person to know. Won't me was the chief architect.
Yeah, some.
Hey, sir, who you be born here? I am what dream ye Juma. Natsi as say, any pana who ye ne bonino. Who be kwa be see the so. Befia, Madam Floyer, you say Friday. Ye po babetra show you so. O se pe kra me modi din.
Oy lawyer.
O se so betra ha kasa. Na se ye gene license feed nsema ope. O se captain. Madam from me hu say wa so da. Me na se me bufu pa na me horoso. Ya no se me bufu na me horoso na hu say me nai bonkum no asante de kana me pele hu say me pele me nai bonkum na ememe eli atasa na nam wunya hu say me horoso me bu afu na me horoso me na hu say
o kan wo kan
na me kan me na bonkum no wo mu say ya aso be ba betna ha ono kro ye lawyer no ye de fam twa ye du ba bia wo ho esese ni party ni pass se e ma sofo bia ndada o e ma imam bia ndada o se nyame nko an hwe nipa enye no kre na se Sunday wo kwa asori ana na afode na ye bo asori ya ntibia ma se fekoto aduane di ba wo kwa kopa besia menu ya kwa aba munyu sa mu ntumi no mfiri so Sunday wo kwa asori kwese na wo kwa asori Friday na twam na kwese ada yenso ya de kwa asori no wo so kwa mosque ezefo no e ko memene da papa shi be ko nda bai so ye oye Sabbath and show wo kwa asori no wo ba afode meanwhile na come de wo yere ne wo ma ukunu ene wo ma ana say wo ye single mother e come de wo ne wo ma ara ne yamfa asori yo fre na ma wo se fako enye nyame nko ana hwedipa se wan ti ase wa asasi so abrabo na ye bona wodi wani da so nyina be kwa kwasi nyame so ba me catch your plane won sabe ti esi fom asama ne kan emu odu pa na ye hia won a wo beto won bo ase atena se adwene ho yie asa what the Americans asama ne kan emu odu pa me nyame ya beni da so na enso sa me bo bra enye nyame nko anam de bo if it's a Bible na say or the me pe ama me number 1 number 2 nimdia me manfo ni nti da wo bre nyama mienu we ene de bobra epe will choice and knowledge. If you fail to live, to exist, to have these two things as your friend, as your brother, as your mother, as your father, as your sister, as your uncle, as your cousin, forget about the fact that God lives. You will fail in life. So one say nyame obo ni wiase na ono na tede o wiase no o de ye pe amayen eti enye nyankopon na ekopa ga bia ma me enye no kra nyame nware ma me ye no jebi abaya ba ko oso aso da so de me tete flowers nto be wa me. And I'm saying, also on the sofa catcher says, Yami person ma be mama o warena. Nese nyami na yi be mana mawa. O sabe wan say o na nwuram na ne o tete flowers. E ma be ma no. Na me say nkwase garden no. Fa be nkwasa nkwase garden nim. Woni so ware nukuru. On me village no. Oba this paper so we twa nukuru kwate no. Onwa. Ye fe na Emilia. Oso nukunu be mem twetwe ya ma ne bere me ye be ma nda ya homache o twese kan koshi no twan se te akakwa ya twam kote nkwase flowers tete ye ka wetwa obevia ka nya bi ni ka wetwa ko koshi ko wetwa ko knowledge choice man masophobia preaching that say na me be kwa akoyi oba bi afiri ba bi dia brewo e bia na bia si binim abrabo na ye boda ye dem amienu the will anya me dia be he no so ye no me kase cause anka nyame na dane ye ye bibia ma ye a anka me gidi ye say kanipa di hawo but the son say ye pray ye ho say nipa nti nyame de yempe no wo kan tititwi bible say na nyame po yepe e ma yen o de yepe no ene ma yen ene nya no kura sa adam boni o ye nti ne ye bre pacho enya biblical sa adam be ye boni nti ene ye nyina ye bre dia ene yesu su be wu ye nti ne kura say ye nyina ye bre anamwa meka wa ha se ade a ye fere yare a choice metwe mi me wi dem se ma bre se me home me se me home me muri shikum enye nyame na ye me and my swording a choice. Come on, no ye BBC ngui. Abranti ya no twa camera ha na so ba ko nya adwuma yi. The first say Francis owu ye je TV twa. TV3 na nya adwuma. Choice. Choice. Obi bonyum say is it a sakwade ana or the choice a rap bi anamwa nyame ema ye choice wie ye no eno pia ye ya kopo na no ho eno ma ye knowledge say answer na obeka say me pe smart you need to have a knowledge answer na make say me pe fiata go I need a certain level of knowledge. Because without the knowledge, I will not be able to keep a fear. Choice near first. Until you can decide, say, me pay JB, me pay Captain Smart, me pay Fiat, me pay Mercedes, me pay Land Cruiser, me pay Land Rover, me pay Range Rover, me pay Way. It's a choice. A sense of choice, the dignity in the school of life. Everybody is a good person and everybody is a bad person. Me do ko budu bi ma no painting person o tie ase ma me. In the school of life, abrabona ye bono, enipa bia wo hia ni bia ye nipa papa. Nipa bia o be hia bia so ye nipa bone. Ye ni nipa bone from asese ko se wie wa asase so da. Because sa nipa na wadwen ye o say, o ye nipa bone no, o ye nipa papa e ma obi. Ana sa me tie nkrofo tan me. Me mesiri pesua made etem penti kwa bu adaba atim fumpa atro bitin ze obi say ye de acha me woni mra ade a professor engineer ye ko pa no teacher bia fa bi nya me da ade a UPSF oh tuition no you think you are Captain Smart this is UPSC mafia me real the entire document no
the datum
ko file no professor ni tu hwe nyame anim professor or red pen bi ono share lens o na ofa ne red pen na Peter no I ain't say no wasan say captain bibia fine I'm say prof bibia fine na oba no didi say an edwuma mi okay so bibia fine Uni mahadin nam say and your friend is MC UPSA. I say born fool. The university or professional studies. No say for any so Accra. Mama carry but me coffee no. Me san hwem. Chapter 1 13 paragraphs bi ho one koye no fofra. Emfa. Peter, Mario, my binding. Mario, my binding. Wasayo, yes, on sign you are proving wasai. No, I saw Flower Catcher said, Bra, I need to see you urgently. That is why I will sit here and tell you UPSA is the best university in Ghana. Because when baby, I'm Madame Fufobin and Mabiako. Ade aware ya the green wasan na wasan frɛ wo saka kyerɛ sɛ amwe I make sako hwem that these 13 paragraphs mekem na afi meti ho na minya meka sɛ mi akyerɛ agya ba meka nye yie ɛna onsre or was a very beautiful way of smiling. Ojai. Captain. Don't I say, oh, no, why you didn't straight? I think I can authoritatively say UPSA is the only university you cannot bribe any lecturer. Don't try it. Because when you know nobody be share no crash say when the bomb come be anya ye Peter You see, I chapter 1 to 4 chapters. Now me stress me topic no so. See, me coin na me 5 chapters. Ade a wasan we no. Papa this actually every chapter or cancel not less than 13 paragraphs. I needed to go back. We no must work catch me or say it's your choice. The topic is your choice. You need knowledge to finalize it. Because topic na wo kofa ene nyem kwala topic. Obi asuma wo. Choice. Enti say me choose say me radio ni TV a. Say me court 159 times in a month. Obi anya me money obi ana pay. Choice. Eti nyame di yem pema ye wie ye no hu say no. Still out doye. And that is one thing I love about God. Irrespective of how any part treated the coupon, still out doye. We no say me the knowledge atato. And sister, man you want to say when the pabone our life. Me didn't say the pabone wo, but the pabone is calculative and situational. Ni pabone yeshe. And I will maybe obi eni asase so obeye bone ani da ye wo na kosi so obewu dabi e wa abrabo college mu no nipa bia ye nipa papa nipa bia so ye nipa bone ejina sade uni nipa ne betna ha me tuwe me ye pa efi abe ka kire em go you menim say we ye pa na mati bibi na we de wo de mi so ujam fita no aka santitwi ahye ho de wo ye de mati de nipa bia ye nipa papa nipa bia ye nipa bone enti wo hia obi a hwese de wo bebie ne pono ane se de wo betum na wo hia nim de enso aka ho hwe se Peter ye ya asore na power amp ejatom na hia patwe de mpai bo na we fix power amp ana de ye mompai me say ye ko ba bi ye bom ye rally na ya presiding elder me mbondi no wahu ba bi owo na me man cry na me mba kuma senso na papa ye ma ye de se guso power amp jafam yet was na de enwuse na musala ji bom o se ye mompae and daraba she ya na ba o yesu di yesu timi ya de ina e yehowa utimi ya de ina na ma no umutwa power amp no ho Dickens na elders hu na mai bom some bom pae kababa that time na area head so ba area head ni be do no say den omo ye ho no e say papa power amp de blue na elders ye bom pae nyame timi ya de no so munjan kwase asem no me kai pa de so no ka o so catch om so munjan kwase asem no timi so me koye no that time na me say da yin bi asa timi koye na me frɛ president na me say area head say kan jo say giant kwase asem no say waba o say no say ene munyan pae no ene jaye area head ye fa the SK apia no aguna swedro no swedro area head but precisely than the mbo ninda area head ye ya na your drama bi Peter ye fa the lawe obo drums o ekroboni e wa aguna swedro and o ka tell lawe say lawe ye wo be bi e betimi na rente power amp ni bi o aka ho ana o say ane and o say monko na ye wo elder bi wo win ye fa elder otu obo lead guitar I say ada sepo amp ni ma o sinyo papa omo azan wa show ye na asofu elders won say what's what bom pay gudo ma power amp no wa ye djuma onso ye futu yin do to ye futu and of fair guy ba kwa no so bodo say chebe means bra on kwa hai won fa chewa no nya pamp ni bi rente ye won bi be sis wa na de na ye djuma ente edu area head so o preaching no say ye wade edi nim de ye wade edi nyansa ye ene ye de adwea ewu enso ye e hona na presiding elder na make na sep of fa the Bible we jai Pentecost be sin ne elder ejini na wajini enye apostle na pam wo fi asore ni na wo nyansa ye short Knowledge is key. When we know to me, any panel born in Bugano. Lawyers say why MPP win you want to be ama. Kapia Kubi. Want to be abrabo wake efa African leaders abrabo. And Mitrobi, let me read it for you. The African presidency, both as a political office and a symbol of sovereign autonomy, has historically existed at the epicenter of local and global contention. While independence in the mid-20th century offered a promise of self-determination, that promise was repeatedly undermined by both internal fragilities and external interferences. African leaders, particularly those who attempted to disrupt neo-colonial economic structures, assert strategic autonomy, or recalibrate global alliances, frequently encountered forceful resistance. This resistance did not always manifest as overt military aggression. Increasingly, it assumed hybrid forms: assassination, economic sabotage, information warfare, cyber disruption, legal entrapment, and elite co-optations. The historical trajectory of presidential vulnerability in Africa is not random. It follows a discernible pattern rooted in colonial legacies, post-independence instability, and 21st century hybrid warfare strategies designed to maintain global economic hierarchies. The collapse of visionary regimes, from Patrice Lumumba to Thomas Sankara to Muammar Gaddafi, did not simply reflect individual leadership flaws or domestic opposition. They were orchestrated episodes in a broader geopolitical contest over Africa's economic destiny and political sovereignty. Okay? Maka na me say sisubio me be ka bani nasem. If this is how African leaders will manage Africa, we can in 2022, the next 10 years ahead of us, Africa can never contain the African. And when I say the African, I am referring to the youth and the military. Nkwafon kan ho. Emerwan kan ho. Eye mebunu ene asrafo. Mafia. Mame fa asem ntu utirim. Ye share Fourth Republic national. Rollins wa makwa. Bisa wo sofo, bisa wo prophet, bisa wo seer. Rollins oye yi ama, ye yi ni ma ye. Eti Rollins who say Ghana be ye ya asasi bi da baby ajo ko hwe. Eti in the mental picture of Rollins, he saw Ghana as a new bare land. Eti Rollins Dimirika na odu asase no hono wentumi ambo enwura so nti o kire me kan hintasem we dada hohomu wiase no sa na asofo ne ka no se ne be ya obeti ase Rollins ejina akwantimfi bipo bi so ena ode ne nsabonkum kire se enie ena ode fi akonwa so Kufuor beti mampani no Samu bekaya Rollins eye ne nsase esoro ani ase ho ye baako man tiase mo fa ne trase politics dabi o se esoro na Professor Mills ne da ho ana ase ho Kufuor ne da ho owie no kato se esoro ne ase ho yina no yeah, one. Now watch this. Or in some way in a course. And I did the cockroach we soon a bathroom. Oh, we know why you say, or you say. ye baako je kufo de ne nan kwa asase ne so na ese so bitimi dwi asase ne so Rollins ordinary such day ba wentimi ankwa asase ne so je kufo hu sa asase ne Rollins de ne sachre enti ye ha enti kufo kwa asase ne so ba wentimi andwi so that land is still unusable yendwi so Professor Mese bae no eno dimirika di mfidie ekugu sa ne so me kan asem bi a kire o oti ase afa wanti ase bisa osofo pani obe kire mu Professor Mese de mfidie ne kogu asase ne so no na nadwuma nyina no ma me kan asem nche wo ne Peter sa Professor Mese be di akonwa no odi 6 months odi mfidie ne kogu asase so ankobewu odi afi no odi mfidie ne kogu asase so ankobewu do you know why Professor Mese nwu ntam akonwa so asofo no odi won twa wo ho hia ye no wo boban asofo ri si barrier between mills and deaths mills any owuo wo si ban awo wo muni owuo ntam eye bibi na bu ban no anka Mese be dwuso ansa wawu but Professor Mese tibi andwuso no odi mfidie ne kogu eye eban ne asase ne so eno koi Mahama bae no okohwe mfidie no wantimi andwi asase ne so me be kan se me ya kire wo me mfa ho the national security for be fa me mfa ho the soldier for be fa I don't care because me mfa mani kan metena ha eti joma first one no bae no ono so gina ni kohwe mfidie no no pay diesel ni petrol ni woyere ba fi o hwehwe gu me kan wasem bi wo baabi cause that your mama papa gina baabi a o kire ne de onyo ono so yeye went me and so because a man is so dwiso no na pressure aba so the refi de ho nti okoye na do bae no okogina asase ne hia no bisa sofu bia ne obia onim fam no nchew ehye ase boundary yakase bibi ya boundary yakase ya boundary bibi a chese ya chechire bibi eto kodu ho no hu say there's a boundary no akufa no ntimi enkwa asase so no akohwe mfidie no sign na chi Jomama siemiyi and I mean for your excellence before John Mahama Shemeni Kosua whoever is listening and watching tell him upon fa upon jai say a share no aprono yabie Mafia se Mahama entimi enkodwi asase no so a wentimi ankwa ankodwi asase no so a wa hwe onwi mfie nan because drive a new fail car tank on the two oba onu aduane wo mukase on the kanche na hwe anamwa Nembre dikan no wode woye ekugugu mfidie dim eno pe ye na dwen so be pe won a ebetwi won ebetwi no oda wo wo twen no don wentimi endwi saasase asema me kan emu odu wa hwa be fa ne tra ba de pa fa ne tra no nyame masem that is why I can say my Fourth Republic we mu no and that's what you know and that's what you know no nche say obeye bibie wo mem ha dabi ese so bi dwi asase bi so na ye kokodua buru no wo so knowledge, choice. John, when this war, there's trouble. And yeni suni banya ewo Africa. And I am glad. Listen. What shut the way are obu mina. But if you say who say nema ye kakra. Be a woman bia aje de wabodam. Abodam for pet ne hu say Mahama nye hwe. Sa wo modam na wadwen ye adwuma. Wo ye nyansafo wo njimi. Wo be hu say Mahama ye ade. That's a fact. But me my din obedi afe 7th January. Na ma kire nkwasi asema akoso amamu wem. Na ye the pressure gudu so mo apam nkrofo e wosa amamu wem. But one hwe bi dum be kwanse ye di brunya. Me twem na di 1 year. Asa afi nchereba wo. Sese ye tete hoi. Na nura, na nansa. Ye to aba na ye di afi. He. Kwese na twem ye kodi Awurade didi. Na afi na ye to aba. Enti 1 year January 7th. Me twem na be duru. Me ka to se mama Mahama afi. And I got from Refi, afe. January 7th, yeah, be ye, na Mahama wedi afe. Kwasi asem akoso aban wem. Nsam akoso, niamehunu akoso. Me pointing 1 by 1, 1 by 1. Kakra saa na ye de ko. Obeye ho adwuma, fine. Anya ho adwuma, fine. Me mekoso aye adwuma as a broadcaster. Enti, adidie onu nyansa me ma yete se radio mo tumfo TV ni radio so tumfo ene me woji tumo wonji tumo me say radio any TV so tumfo eye me
yo
kufo ba na me bi yem radio me se ba na me yem radio ni TV Mahama ba them yem radio nim TV. Nana ba them yem radio nim TV. Mahama last time me yem radio nim TV to mu na beton me. On me kwaso eja me. Basa be si akiri apra wa wudi nsamfu wa wu metu funu. Did you what nye? Na be usa Mahama nye hwe. But the many at the dean of knowledge. Hey, coup, our Africa nim. If we are near me, no, because I could see the end of 2026. And me supporting in me catch your plane.
Why?
Me supporting in Hey. Papa bi if South Africa by graduation bi I am person me kan ne bi na say Captain Smart tu no ho da bi ohun me topic no and I said there be the man called until I was called so for a copy of wedding no me call and I said this is the way to go okay introduction we no kind of recommendations. And I said, yes, me mano. And your friend, I'm Kushiano. And I said, well, this is what came to my mind. And I said, are you a reincarnated human being? And I said, well, I don't know. Me, I don't know. But this is what I felt like writing. So, maybe. I was afraid. Cool. Our African baby. Me, now, so support it. The best February, me support it. Coup ebesu Africa February me support it. The remember April na ye di Easter or Ghana ha so me support it. Nye Ghana ha na ebesi o baby, and so me support it. Who di ntia? Africa is the richest continent, but we have the poorest mental people. People who are mentally poor. They are not able to lead us the way we want. And that is why I said that presidential protection and economic security in Africa, the intelligence architecture against foreign threats and hybrid warfare. That was my topic. Your leaders, listen, yes, citizens, we are not able to protect our leaders because the leaders do not want to protect themselves. We have achieved economically, there's so many things we have achieved. Besides, I say, about the same day for the city, any dollar, ekojina simple so. Now, so politics inti, they say a cosmetic. Saka ye hunyan sasa before Ghana for anka Professor Mesa ba no kakwa yi do ko kasa cosmetic. Akadie ti aje ku 40 million ye ma yesesa ye sika. Ama dollar any city ahoɔden ni ye pɛ no kasese ke kokɔ hwehwɛ. Ana me bo Abraham. Me ye fake for say Jay, please sit here. Old boy, how were you able to do it? This is what I call economic security. You tap into the brains and the thinking faculties of certain individuals. You re-engineer it, create new faculties for it, and then you master it by security. You need to create an architecture for it that nobody can penetrate. But are we doing that here in Africa? The answer is no. We're not doing it. Eti yet what's an crofo power anti yes the kufo ye no a cosmetic. Professor Mills is what be president. What parliament are was it the State of the Nation's address? Yes. And economy. As foolish as we were that time, we failed to protect the integrity of the president and the economic security of this country. We chose to actually do what? Mock the president. So the international community realized that the Professor means that we believed in him. That when he takes over from J. Kufuor, he will be able to consolidate all other things that were put together by J. Kufuor and push Ghana to the next level. His own people are mocking him. Why? Economy. It was so stupid. Excuse my French. I was part of those bandwidths. I joined that wagon. We were all mocking Professor Mills. Adentra, Obi Oye professor, no wakoka economy, and what say we were not able as people to throw away that rubbish and actually expose and project the trajectory of the ideas that Professor Mills was actually prophesying in our parliament. We took that part and we started mocking him. Economy, and the man died. You know me so? Then John Mahama came to power. We failed to protect him. Again, I was part of it. Wakwatra down with Dubai. Meanwhile, no, I could Dubai twice in his situation. Why say waha? Why say waha? Why say waha? I don't know how I came by this. Abraham, I went back into how my first administration was overthrown. I realized that hybrid warfare and foreign threats started years before I was born. Over 300 years ago. Until today, there's hybrid warfare and foreign threats. Abrofono wa montaye mama bia wa say nipa kokko bia pagan Africa say kumye obwa e de yen wo ye kurum ha no e no mo capitalize on it They build fountains, they build mansions on it, and they are able to penetrate into the core situations of our lives as Africans. Edu baby, I make sure I say obijina mechi mafia. I swear, as obijina mechi no can some of the central. Ena ya super Mahama so sa. Ena bedu nanado so meka o ya the man bruta. Because the operator was fooling around. He could not stop him. Do you know why? In Africa, leaders seem to be the currency. But if you are the leader, you are not the currency. You are the occurrent. The currency belongs to the people. Any pana ye wo man ni mu no wa bibrem ha ne ye wo energy no ye ne ekuta ahoden no ye ne ekofa awobaye. We are just reoccurring. We are just reinventing. We are just rebranding. We are just trying to bring another person to lead us. As a leader, you are not the currency. You are not the energy. The energy is us. Now, Nanado is gone, right? John Mahama is back. Now, wait me a PhD holder, a whole professor say, John Mahama, and a finance minister, omonye she. And a dollar ni kofom. It's a binding match there at the omoye ya. I'm a dollar. Hey, sir, professor, where Jimmy Bruta. Hey, what? Hey, minimum report then are there. I say, the official won't extend idea from KG. Could see University of Course, doctor, and I say a channel too. Like a Tibet commission or no one who say, Sabia Bruce Sabia, walk school, but what Jimmy? Cause men are not going to be champ say, a woman, mafia, or say, Emparaquasia. But we young woman, but what Jimmy? Penny for it in Fanchemi, Samoa Madaro Maniado. Dress young woman, but what Jimmy? Take me a professor, win son, what got him. No, you treat rock, but dress it with said, no, sorry. Cochana, my man in Papa home. Oh, your professor, why we son out that got him said, Tim, what Jimmy? No matter who say, I know, found so, who may a quasia. It's a woman I school power from Habib to me, Mobra. Professors don't want to say a business administration or more business or more administrator. Hey, I'm a ye quite do. How many economics lectures are what this one? Yeah, the economy show so much managing. On one, you don't even feel on the car. Let's say to know or check economics, but the rent, yapam no. It doesn't mean do not go to. That is not what I'm saying. Knowledge and choice. Michelle, me catch there. When you choose too much education without a fear answer, you become a fool. It's me now for baby. We are pop secondary school now. You are three. Kuta PhD. You back also a professor. But I mean, trust them. Say they be me pay. Me trust you. Let me build my talent. Let me just can go. Now, me am brass with 3 million school fees. So I decided to build my talent at a certain level, so I can be chest out and pay for my school fees. PhD so upa go mua before you then come together. Me nyame hemeye. So John is also here. This so-called holder, Dr. Miniminyasa, or say, or yes, in a dollar. But yes, you, Peter, who are hospital to Sakra Medical Center. We are now called down Dr. Mehe Okrana Wotia, Yamiasi. We are Sakra Medical Center. Dr. Yamehe, Mafia Wotia. What's the hospital for that rope apart toy? Doctor Medical Center, no. What's say? Na find a juma. Mwa. He says that's my best hospital. Say no, John, I'm say I'm finding a crime call. Because we do a medical center, no doctors and nurses, and crack a car. I'm being honest. Me say am tell me can plain what cause it's a knowledge. Me ma kwada hoda. One ba na kuta as a girl new, as a boy new, they make you feel at home. Bam. What yapo. That's what I for kete. Una wo kro no. Because they say yes to all my fam. Messiah, Jesus Christ will never come back. So about or the son of a pass of choice and knowledge. And to say, Ajnasari Bejina, a year, Masina de Abompire, ma woman, fibro, the one yam, anania, and yes, Nabaye. Yes, so far, Ajin Asar, so knowledge, choice. Africa, a problem, let's say, we choose stupid people who we think they are wise. In Africa, we choose stupid people who we, the voters, think they are wise to lead us. And those that are wise, rather, we think that they are fools, throw them into the garbage. Then I cross over Benin. Peter, Benin Ministry of Energy, Finance, Defense, National Security, omo toilet to crowd, sebe, baby omo koja omo nai, ayema mane pepe hon. Into uko Finance Ministry a hobon, National Security, a hobon, Defense, a hobon, e bini kura, bibidi intime ntwe. Ebini. Oh, sorry. Pacho mo fancheme. Obuoni eni die kwa so anti bi fancheme nim se wuti kai mo ba. Fancheme wate. Seremo. Ene mo amodidi ano payin na ano. Mo fancheme. Ate. Nim se opema sam na wo hweme. Ba me pesa me kan de be ya na wate ase yi. Hey. What's your maya? A teacher for what Benin. 8 months won't you a teacher Nika? Now say teacher Nika Jira classroom now. One watch what they say, why are you quiet? Next teacher Nika say, write about my salary, my unpaid salary. What's what I'm supposed to watch no? Soldier for what? Benin, Memphis, Aboswemi, and Soldier for into Omka. Ghana, I into soldier for 3 months. Soldier near to your mind. Peter, it is happening in Ghana. Soldier for a cat you trian pepepe. But let me tell you today, who calculate from 2016, ABC and Ne, Amano Kasaya. One way ya strap for one dear papa, you did this soldier who now resigning. And let me tell you, by the end of 2026, the top brains in the Ghana Armed Forces, they will all resign. When I make catch it out, Obi Oti non country president. Broja Jemfi, or Mini Papa as the Deputy Minister of Defense. Broja, let me tell you this morning. Soldier for now you won't say from other ranks, no. One more resigning. And then who call American embassy, who call Canadian embassy, who call any of the European countries, the embassies are soldier for the airplane visa. One more said I said you from the crack on you who saw a soldier. Come again. Bomam. Hey, soldier for now, war memuhana. Wait me a coup. Soldier, what am I was a mere Okruma? Soldier for now, Abraham. One co peacekeeping no. Sikera UN Triano. Say, I'm from soldier ni. Fancy UN Casa every day. Yama $150. Ghana soldier no. Yaman between $20 and $22. Presidential protection and economic security in Africa. Look, let me tell you today. You think the university just got up and said that Captain Smart will project to Kenya better? I went to Kenya. I went to South Africa. I traveled to 4 African countries to do my own research and came back to write. It says UPS the first one me go school to me person obi abehumi. And now me dasa professor entry na best supervise me project work. I didn't know. First day now, the orientation said Deben you buy a class. Also you are here today. Professor entry buy a class. Also you are here today. I say I heard that Captain Smart is here. Where is he? I'm saying, sir, please, I am here. Now me mate who says hey me. Once I begin blessed God's been a lot of people don't know. To my shame no smart, my shame. I learned Captain Smart is here. Where is he? I'm saying, boss. Take your nose mask off. Take your cap off. I'm eating, I don't hear my name. You are here. Okay. Little did I know that he will be my supervisor. Soldier for what Ghana took quite commissions, sir. Sika sesi yede ma wonu mafia $150 no ye ma mu $22. Ha minimum soldier for 3 omo ko ware omo free. When you have to feel no can say na ware say the open necessary we no na wo do afia tago na mpese me wa no na me ko dwabe na afia tago papa say meje 1000 ne ma me so dey 700 na me sika den so ade na me jim ko tim fumpa bu adaban. And listen, hybrid warfare mebunu any asrafo and a perpetuity. Foreign threat there, you say America betesim, we will betesim, France betesim, Burkina Faso, we betesim. But as a hybrid warfare, ebenye ntirido, here foreign perpetrators. It is a Sanka, also Africa, sorry, for the very first time in the political history of this continent. Yes, so I say, yeah, penny, my France and two. What's France and to know? What's someone to know? By the same Africa, we left brother Mama Gaddafi. I'm a yetuni ya ekuni ya. This is my topic. Presidential protection and economic security in Africa. The intelligence architecture against foreign threats and hybrid warfare. Benin ko Togo beko. Mafia edu baby Benin ko Nigeria. Eko sha Nigeria president no your friend saying. Netinubu do ko no, do wu ye no. Boadu. That we are tired. We can't manage Benin as a country. Chimiye Benin efa mum penny fort na kam eko Nigeria ko Abuja eko kachre wo mum Nigeria penny for Buhari said we are tired. Yet me manage Benin as a nation. Ye person Nigeria emfa Benin as a state. Pacho enye insult. Enye atem didie. Oh, what's the train out as a soldier for ye kua? Na what the what drain nam utumrika na sabia bru sabia nyando okay kan someone wanted that na wunnim because obi atro bibia ma na wo kan. So Nigeria nearly adopted Benin as a state. You want to your friend said voluntarily relinquish your nation status to your fellow country to become a state. It's nana a Benin person yet to senka voter region, Ashanti region, Emma Ghana. Adinta want to be managed. A Benin to buy into move. Coast mampani Cote d'Ivoire mampani ono ya we say jagudi to say France and not Mali China Burkina Faso Tory eti France ahode omo is it French African African French speaking countries so the French speaking African countries ebi brema maya waka French ni nyina no enam Mali and Burkina nti France ni ahoden there are certain parts our Marseille our France me call France me call ho me sheda me call France me sheda ko Toulouse baby omo aeroplanes no me sheda me call ho the certain part of Marseille and no mudum kane our France can you call off do you know why the uranium now almost started for our Burkina de Kono to say I need a presidential protection and economic security. This is the way to go. This is what I wrote. If Africa decide to protect our leaders who are sensible and you'll be sensible leaders South Africa here say yes sorry na wo di anima wo bob model no ye be bo wo ho ban na ye sika sam to yenso we create a security architecture for it. I am telling you, America will run away, Germany will run away, France will run away, UK will run away because already they are afraid of us. Cause transnational hooding camera ye see hey ye ni amen camera we outmoded it's a today check Captain Smarter as I'm about to crowd TV no so because camera we come but I say obenya Ghana near to ahihia hohurum Ghana pay yetimi di nso hohurum mobile phone yetimi hihye yewi na ye correct Ghana pay and what wasa na mobile phone no ukokodura na ya wawai phone hu nyina niam we ma wai me de no te say we yi na ya wawai ba phone no ya adwuma pepepe na ya fa petrol na wa fa brush e di twitwi asin na odi twi kochire na wa two transistors na resistors na bi na wa san de led I wo ho so na phone ye adwuma who fit sabro for mu nsuro ye. It is because we are joking with security and we think say security is not physical infrastructure. Bible and yes soldier for ekuta tuo any barracks and a chesa wo boban and a presidential convoy. Cast the so na soldier for na dispatch rider say come okay and a chesa ye bo bi hu ban you no. Say 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 companies na wo Burkina eto ade no sa na won so beto no ti France wuntimi nto a free hako first na France flexing the muzzles ma me nche wade bi Kwame Nkrumah a big mistake. Let me attribute it to myself. I made a huge mistake. Anytime I do me no what about Kwame Nkrumah he centralized the security service. Because that Kwame Nji eti se Kwame Nkrumah tu kwan ya intelligence system no intelligence architecture of this country no je wo twen no na what information na makwame nti se o maya na hye wo mo ho cause Kwame hu say ne namfufuo bi ene mpanifo bi odo mo kwa America ambassador bi ho ye tokonu ye ne wofa ona yi Nkrumah man tokonu mbwa wo fasaki nyona ye the long distance anchor mebwa tokonu adelai onya igbeni o tokonu ni awade to o de saki onya igbeni ne wofa ene yi Nkrumah man Nkrumah ka chense collect all the information. I am coming. I'll be traveling to Hanoi. Collect the information. Oji Yaran will release here. That is the only mistake Nkrumah made. Number 2, from Swan Nkrumah said no need vice president. Kwame Nkrumah had no vice president. These are the 2 things he did. But Ghana ma ne babo so say we be protect Kwame Nkrumah, but they could not, because that time na ma do wa e Ghana Armed Forces no ne iswa wo hwehwe omo kura wo hu e ma do wo post wo ne iswa wo hwehwe omo hu sanka mana na wo makola Kumasi Central Market e ma na wo abobroshi e ma na wo mankesim dwom ene mankesim hima that time na ma mean so ma ye de osaje photo Kwame Nkrumah no say no mo identify e ma na wo soldier ni post mu a kayentime ntu Kwame Nkrumah. It was the women that protected osaje photo. Baby and now friend Peduase Lodge no e ma na ton te ma ye from Dumas ma and to maybe by a friend Dumas Dunkau. Any Kumasi Massy, when you grow to be a for Massy, Kumasi go for Massy, Massy for Dumas and I know be a Krum Kasa. Edunkau, Dum, Dun, Dum, Mass, MAS. One see Peduase Lodge, a check, Kwame Nkrumah say, although we need dying, hey, ye pell. Ye need Jong. Peduase Lodge and the man Kwame Nkrumah. When we be here, I'm done man or say me so me me the Amagana. Or the stamp is sim. Nkratani na so. Peduase Lodge na wo hono. Kwame Nkrumah ya chede e ma de si chair no e ma sister Jajimi no so ote to kunu ofie o Jajimi no na won fe for ma si dan ma obi odi president. Ivory Coast ni tikika obeko mama wan kodwi asase so a obeko because they say Ghana be the hope of Africa. John Ghana be Africa in any that so say Africa sas na da Ghana no betimi adu so John when du so ndim fie nan be fia opaye ntonchia. Say John Mahama kodua asase so a won tie ase ono akasa John Mahama ne tie ase ma make na se etutu fie akwa no tum menye de wo fie onima asase na make nya asase da hotra sa asase da hode de bulldozer koso kodwu so John Mahama ntimi andua asase so ondim fie nan onim and baby a ye kod wo ho Africa say ye careful. Nigeria president you to say Tinubu oya go for me poison no. I am telling you today. Etina wapam all the heads of security and one who na wapam we na mafia wasaki obi a point foforo. He's the only president in Africa say the crime engineer in China woman aduane na wati bia mane di anso wadidi. Mimi si J Kufu Amembuo and Francis Poku Adawro menti. Ni yedi ni chi ba na mi swa. Nti eduru ho na wo ka security na wo ma don say me small boy. Ba na me chi niam na gu mi tirim. Tinubu guru ho ketewa bi obedi poison. I'm telling you today. Presidential protection, economic security in Africa is the way to go. How are we protecting John Mahama? Yeah? What is that John Mahama so much is Putin? But people don't know. No, I don't want to expose it. I'm sorry.
And then don't say it.
Let me leave it there. Me, from where I sit as a security person, I look at Mahama and I know the kind of presidents he tailored towards. And no na one will to a buying, one will come president, wash it. And Kroma, next time see me slow Razak, sir. Kwano ye on the national security coordinator no. Sir, the current national security coordinator no hono. Razak, me do nyame o be before. Me hu tani be before sada. Razak ye be before. That guy or ye be before first class. Me am catch you. Eh? We study Mahama who said it or prayed. And he's protecting Mahama in his modus operandi. That is why he's the only national security coordinator Yenya no Ghana in the Fourth Republica. Baby Oko be also son Luke. Or a Muslim. Once I got to the room and saw them. Why I don't star be who that or Chanas. Not to all. About Jimas and the Subiadi. Very communion be. Then once I copy Dr. Wyatt, Pentecost, I saw them. Munda Nyamia say, Mammy, no body in me. But who say or not that? Because so we are security coordinator. Africa say you need to operate like Razak. Me can more where baby. It's not my country. The guy, Abraham, or dangerous. That's yeah, Razak or a dangerous or a bayfor. Me who tell me bayfor sad that. Me who ni move back home you know me and sabi. I say, hey, boss. Oh, you're skillful, sir. No, I said it. Or on Casanche, Captain. Who talk. My brother, cheers. Bye. No, you. When we start the question, money answer that. That is what top-notch security officers operate. As a security officer, you don't answer a question on a mobile phone. You don't. Because you cannot tell who is somewhere monitoring, applying hybrid warfare. When we start Razak question on mobile phones, money answer on that. How are you? I am fine. Sunday, I am fine. Obiakabi. Boss, Abraham share headphone now. I maybe say on about watch be silver and black. No. So, my brother, I'll call you. Cheers. On phone that also. Don't come by that. Ask yourself. Once and say when you say armed robbery, Ghana say penalty. Bisa why? Ghana for. Me ye madri JB do also be leadership. Me say me security and leadership. Nti JB treachery no hwe ya no wadanda ye. Am chance em cho. Be fia say what am robbery nka. What's that? What bullion van say obi akwa akake bullion van da. O ye be ma try. Razak be kum me kan play na cho obekum. On che won krokro won fa won court. Because the best way to deal with criminals is to eliminate them. The best way to deal with criminals in society is to eliminate them. And this tactics nowadays, I love it. Mafia, maybe what country be? Ebe yon homa. Sa Rwanda man penny anya careful obeko. Okay. Also be a can Rwanda is sitting on a time bomb. Rwanda is sitting on a time bomb. And I went to Rwanda. I've been to Rwanda 3 times. Rwanda is also sitting on a time bomb. And Dr. Kwesedi will tell you, almost every other African country is sitting on a time bomb. It's just a matter of time. The bomb will explode. Listen. Maybe Africa kono. Kanda pa kan sembi near Fanitra. Unemployment a serious national security issue. Kandapa a kind. But it diagro. Youth unemployment a serious national security issue. And when you joke with it, to say there, Watara Tamu Ivory Coast, over coffee, Benin or coffee, wouldn't say Benin will find 10 Jina one. No, you're underemployed. Yes, why you're employed? Underemployed. Africa, oh, eh? You're not careful. I'm telling you. Me, my catch was one district, one factory. If I were the president, you hear one district, one factory. Highest. 5 huge factories in each of the regions. We are good to go. 6, we are good to go. But me, Mr. JB, and those who know me, have told you, and I want to repeat, if I were the president of this country today, we need only 101 factories. 101. Yabeche, in all the regions. Sao mass no English na akwadade failure ontimi ko university. Yes, we nya E8, E7, D7. It's rubbish. It doesn't make sense. Yes, Abianim. Kwaku is one of the most popular and best journalists. Oh, Ghana, Mwa. Professor Hoy failing is at the bufu here. Exact one drop. Besides all degree. But who can send for Okruma? Some Kwaku can home. When you're not answering, come himself more first degree graduate, make a master's. Despite that, what for the next or first degree, despite only GSS certificate. But that's what GSS certificate. Yes, I only be. No, you should shine. Or talk cassette. Despite or senior high school certificate. Despite or degree. Only be. So it is not how long you stay in the four-cornered prison I call the classroom. But it is how well you apply your brain. Me mami kwa nursing training no go school. Oja me mami na na kwaku bichem. Ene e fo anso na o mo school da. Me na na kwaku bichem. Owie class 3. Ene e fo anso so wie class 4. So ho certificate bi ani ho. Ba mafia kwaku bichem ka kire me say de obie enwumasua epono no oto afiase pono. He who opens the doors of education closes the doors of prison. It's good to be educated. No doubt about that. But if the education of your country cannot solve your problems, then it means that your education is the problem. And now the video to me start. Akura no bo ba aba let teacher no try for video no man too no so I say. Let me confuse you the more. Empire book be any asase so betu am yaye ukrom kwan. Empire book be any asase so be ma ukunu ana wo yere aware wuye. It's a lie. Empire book be any asase so a eba me studio ya yete yi a media jana penifo sifu frama yi. Se si a wo pa en kofa agina sare Duncan Williams, Eric Yamiche, Dakiword Mills, ene wo mu nyina megu ha. They for go to Kahu. Opa, Mumpa 365 days in your dry fasting studio way, and Sassa. Yam fam pie bon worry, ye be so buying and a worry. Eti asofo no call galamsey site ekobo mpan ya joman hu kana man ya waraudo na asofo mpanifo hyehyɛ tie ndai na muwuram wo show mani ma otimu sesenya asama kama kan sem bi asofo mpanifo a makosu school ebinim ya doctors ebinim kuta first degree ebinim kuta master's degree mpani te say yenum na muwuram ya mo mpan nyame nka won a etu galamsey da ko o ka se Nyankopon e kwase a bisa nyame wa adaje o ko ka captain smarta me me tese si a me kwan nyame be kama kuma se me nyai na o ka se nyame oni adwuma ye sisa se ukunu bu osore no pa no abu osore wi no abu ja wade no ja kwase asam no sister pack your things and leave the house obeku one day and by bo bia ni wa ba be ma o ye beast obu oba obejai empire bon sesa sotro kaposifo na ntua sotro bo empire bon sesa blows nka boxing ye twam Jajibino, pack your things and leave. Bra, abaya de bia oyew, omu mame, omu papa, obu enimtia, na wote wo ohye wabufuo, wan ha abaya de bra wo so pack ko. Ye mfa mpai bon ware, ye nja jimi no wo krom ha. Ade e di suban ye mfa mpai bon ye. Ade e di mpai bon ye mfa suban ye. Convention and Pentecost here na ebe convention this year so the chama ka say Pentecost convention na ofanko pen ebe ya anti ebe no ofanko astrotef no so the Pentecost di bi owo Ghana ha bia no wo ba ofanko emo a wo kura jebi say we ja Pentecost mu na mbe samba ye ba ofanko astrotef no so ho na wa what am chodo temie ade na me sofo Job redu one more pie say nyame nkreti asase wo wiem ka beba na nkonwa ne sense ho ne etete so empire bon timi nye ya di nyansa ni nimdiye na eyo enti se besi ne sojafo na e kira meto aso and mafia meteto hawa coup besi e wa Ivory Coast hawa coup besi Togo hawa coup besi Rwanda and other African countries. I'll tell you tomorrow. So Jenny free Ghana call peacekeeping. Now or your business. E yen mfom so. Ajo to boot kakra, to socks kakra. Na ni nuanom na e wo Ghana hana ka chese chale mi here desert boot back home. Chale na hon ne bo ne yese so ne bo ne wo fom kra. Medeba ma 400. Meanwhile, oko baby Ghana Armed Forces ankasa ebie wo mo shop now, wo mo showroom ho na okoko tontade ene mpaboa na ne bo no na 700. Meanwhile, ni nua no or the papa no, they won kofa fi China. China so inferior goods ni bi no mo kofa. Na de odi be free missions beba no. Na ono de ne bottom sika to, but the mra no se esesa buy na toma no. Ebusha enye obi a na eye bibifo enye broni bia na te London enye broni bia na te America se toko no ne wo fasaki amfa nsama mfiri ha amfa nkwa anka CIA fo ntime ntuko ame ngruma sai this fo ataba mse CIA once a 1 year won't take she from Jubilee House. Banana do ko cabinet meeting ya we o emergency meeting ya we ANP before that na frey nka kire eti kronmo din afi won say ye won radio stations the TV stations are abon ni no munya sam nka o mo try newspaper are they lie because abayin nko se blanda bia nti obi anya hwenka obi a twensa aban ne beye bibi na so wonya hwe aka wonya hwe so nka me ka cho plan wonya hwe nka hwe ne baba from 2027 hoko And when we say blanda be at TS Ministry of Energy. You do baby. We must understand, say, we need to consolidate our economic gains and create a secure architecture for it. By so doing, we will be able to protect ourselves, the nation, and our sovereignty. Failure of this is a doom for all of us. Beninko, Ivory Coast, Beko, Bobby Ade, Cameroon, train Cameroon, Suka home. The train, the horn now be who say, Woman, what if ye ain't ye film quine be at no? Nay, a more musica quabontin coteduania, and quine a warful, a bonteduan a tonno, ne boating, yares womb, Tiaban sen or tiffin when ye fear duaniendi, Yaman castle on coteduane, a wabonte. Soldier for war Africa, ye show mu ye. A post for war Africa, ye show mu ye. Immigration for from Homeland Security, may a Ghana man penin the young phobia immigration be out krumha. Na say yentimi anshow ye na what thing can say ya where nobody under the sun can handle the venom of security operatives. They are deadly, they are dangerous, they can deal with you within a space of just a second. By the time you say Jack, you are naked. Mr. Fidel Castro ojine dwaye dware yetimi twanimfoni na president mu ya the court da bonten